Welcome to Francis Reads Her Bible. It's been a long time. This is Numbers 35. And Numbers 35 is about the cities assigned to Levites. Now, land is being shared amongst the children of people of Israel or the children of Israel by God. So, has assigned land to the others. And now, this is for the Levites. Remember, the Levites are not meant to, they're not a tribe per se, because they're not meant to be in one place like the other tribes. Like tribe of Judah has his own location, tribe of Reuben has his own location. It's going to be different for the tribes of for the Levites. Let's be sorry. So in the plains of Moab, across the Jordan from Jericho, the Lord said to Moses, tell the Israelites that from the property they receive, they must give the Levites. You see now. So if you are from Judah, so let's say the people of Judah now, they received land and property and whatnot. So from the that land, the people of Judah must give Levites some cities and pasture land in that their land. They should give them some cities, and pasture land around those cities that they're going to give them. So now it's be like in amongst people of Judah, there are Levites there. They're amongst people of Gad, there are Judah Levites there. Amongst people of Reuben, there are Levites there. Amongst people of Manasseh, there are Levites there. You understand? So there's no particular place you go and see only Levites. Because remember, the duty of the Levites are to serve God. Serve the Aaronite priests, aid the Aaronite priests in serving God. So these cities will belong to the Levites and they will live there. The pasture land will be for their cattle and all their other animals. The pasture land is to extend outward from the city walls, as in God was very precise, 500 yards in each direction, so that there is a square around measuring 1,000 yards. You have to give the Levites 6 cities of refuge to which you can escape if you kill anyone accidentally. Cities of refuge is very important. So the number of Levite cities in each tribe is to be determined according to the size of its territory. That's according to the territory of the land that belongs to that tribe. That's how you number of Levite cities that will be in that tribe. So the Lord told Moses to say to the people of Israel, when you cross the Jordan River and enter the land of Canaan, you have to choose cities of refuge to which any of you can escape if you kill someone accidentally. There you will be safe from the third person's relative who seeks revenge. No one accused of manslaughter is to be put to death without a public trial. Choose 6 cities, 3 east of the Jordan and 3 in the land of Canaan. So these are the cities of refuge, and it's to be part of the cities of the Levites, right? Okay, no. So the cities of refuge are for people who accidentally kill someone. It's somewhere they can run to, and no matter how they kill the person or whoever they killed, you cannot come into that city to kill anyone for killing. So let's put it like is a city of people of killers. People have killed people accidentally. That's what the cities of refuge are. It's very interesting that God Himself shared land, for His people. Okay, no, you take here, you stay here, do these measurements. Okay, although the remaining nine and a half people cast lots, but He already allocated, but still. Then this will serve as cities of refuge for Israelites and for foreigners who are temporary or permanent residents. Anyone who kills someone accidentally can escape to one of them. So there are 3 cities in the east, 3 in the west of, so it makes it easier. So no matter your location, you can get to any of the cities of refuge. So if, however, any of you use a weapon of iron or stone or wood to kill someone, you are guilty of murder and are to be put to death. That's like for you to be holding that stone or that wood or that whatever. What it means, you thought about it and you picked up um the weapon to kill the person. Then you now kill the person. So I'm believe that's God's logic here. You know. So the dead person's nearest relative has the responsibility for putting the murderer to death. When he finds you, he is to kill you. This is like, when you go to court and someone tells you, oh, it was what's it called, self defense or something. Yeah, when the lawyer does a good job, I mean, in today's court of law, the victim or whoever has been accused of killing, gets away with it because it was self defense, or it was what's the word? I'm looking for the legal term. Yeah. So yeah, that's like a city of refuge. That's like a clause of, yeah, this person didn't do this intentionally. They were trying to, so it's okay. But then God now said, if you hit someone and kill them or kill the person by pushing that person's so if you hit someone and kill that person by pushing him down or by throwing something at him or by striking him with your fists, you are guilty of murder and are to be put to death. That person's nearest relative has the responsibility for putting the murderer to death. When he finds you, he is to kill you. So this is basically understanding the motive. Motives are things is something that is very important to God. So if you hate this person, it was your intention, the motive behind you pushing this person down, throwing something at that person, slapping the person or hitting the person with your fists to cause that person harm and the person dies. There's no accidents there. You're guilty of murder. Your motive is an evil one. You meant that person harm. You get. I've seen a situation where I don't know if I saw it, I heard of it. A local transportation, a bus in Lagos, and passengers were fighting. Two people were going at it, and one person in anger just slapped the other person across the cheek. Boom. And the other person, the person that was slapped, just slumped and died. So you have to be careful, even if you don't hate that person, because you don't know what people's health, profiles are, or their health history. Okay, that's an aside, but that's different from what God is saying. But suppose you accidentally kill someone you do not hate. See, this is it. Whether by pushing him down or by throwing something at him, or suppose that without looking, you throw a stone that kills someone who you did not intend to hurt and who was not your enemy. In such cases, the community shall judge in your favor and not in favor of the dead person's relative who is seeking revenge. You are guilty only of manslaughter, and the community is to rescue from the dead person's relative, and they are to return you to the city of refuge to which you had escaped. You must live there until the death of the man who is then high priest. So if you kill someone accidentally and you're sent to the city of refuge, you're going to stay in that city of refuge. You won't see your family. You can't leave that city of refuge until the person who was the high priest when you were sent to the city of refuge dies. Now imagine if that high priest lives for 50 years or 70 years, you're gonna stay in that city of refuge. Because the day you step out of the city of refuge, the person you killed accidentally, their relative can kill you. Yeah. Exactly what's being said in 26. And if it happens, then the act of revenge is not murder because you left the city of refuge. Any of you guilty of manslaughter must remain in the city of refuge until the death of the high priest, but after that you may return home. These rules apply to you and your descendants wherever you may live. See, it's not just you. That revenge or that's the guilt, the payment for that murder, that sin you committed, that person you killed transfers to your children, children's children. See, the rules apply to you and your descendants wherever you may live. So those accused of murder, or does this mean it applies to the people of Israel wherever they are? Well, those accused of murder may be found guilty and be put to death only on the evidence of two or more witnesses. The evidence of one witness is not sufficient to support an accusation of murder. Unfortunately, in today's world, one witness is enough. People go to prison, people are hanged, killed, reputations destroyed because of one witness. What if that witness was lying? What if that witness was blind, just like the attention, or just to hear people say the story, but they didn't really witness anything? That's why two witnesses or three or more for God is sufficient. You need to have at least two witnesses when it comes to the case of murder. And God says murderers must be put to death. They cannot escape this penalty by the payment of money. If they have fled to a city of refuge, do not allow them to make a payment in order to return home before the death of the high priest. If you did this, as in if you supported that murderer, you have defiled the land where you are living. Murder defiles the land, and except by the death of the murderer, there is no way to perform the ritual of purification for the land where someone has been murdered. Do not defile the land where you are living, because I am the Lord. I am the Lord, and I live among the people of Israel. You can't collect bribe from a murderer. If it happens, that's what God is trying to tell you. Not just you, that you're not the only one going to reap the punishment for letting that murderer stay, but people of the land where that murder happened. Yeah. So this is very interesting. Motives are important to God. Then when someone kills someone, motives are important. And then one witness is not enough, to send someone to death, to convict a person, make say the person is guilty, send the person to prison or something. You need more than one. And that's the truth. You watch some things and you see, well, we have a witness. You need two witnesses, because I believe that sometimes people who are innocent end up in prison, you know, and they stay there for a long time. I heard of a case recently of a man who went to prison. I think he was 22 or 20, and he was released 30 something years later. That's this year, because forensic whatever that was carried out showed that he was not even the one. Can you imagine that? 30 some, as in his whole youth has been spent in prison. Could have been married, had children, had grandchildren. 30 something years. Could have been 52, 3, 4, something. It's crazy. So a one witness is not enough. You always need at least two witnesses for anything, any crime, any whatever, especially when it comes to murder. And you cannot support a murderer. So it's interesting that God, well, He's the all knowing and all seeing God, thought about this. I'm like, yeah, this situation, we need lands of refuge, cities of refuge for people. Do not defile the land where you're living. Well, as always, these are my thoughts. Thank you so much for listening. God bless you. Keep you, and may His light shine upon you. See you next time on Francis Reads the Bible. Goodbye.